Remember to like, subscribe, and donate, please, to keep this channel going. Links are below. The National Park Mysteries, vanishing without a trace. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, wrote Robert Frost, but for 1,600 people who have vanished in North America's national parks, those woods became a nightmare. We'll explore the chilling reality behind these disappearances, from strange clustering patterns to inexplicable evidence. We'll uncover the truth that's been hidden from the public. Could the tranquil allure of our national parks be masking an eerie enigma that defies explanation? The Vanishing Act. Patterns in national park disappearances. A 6-year-old boy plays hide-and-seek with his family in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. One moment he's there, the next moment he's gone, without a trace. This chilling scenario isn't just a hypothetical. It's a stark reality that has played out many times in North America's national parks. These disappearances aren't just your typical missing person cases. They follow unsettling patterns that defy conventional explanation. One of the most striking is the connection to water. Lakes, rivers, and other water bodies seem to act like magnets for these incidents. The vulnerability of being alone is another recurring theme. Many victims vanished when they're alone, even if only for a brief moment. This trend suggests a perfect storm of circumstances that leaves individuals exposed to unknown dangers lurking in the wilderness. Consider the case of Fernando Rivera, who exemplifies the bizarre nature of these disappearances. Rivera was found face up in a shallow reservoir, but his coat, shirt, and boots were mysteriously absent. How did he end up in such a state? The details of these cases often defy rational explanation. Traditional search and rescue methods falter, leaving teams confused and frustrated. Could these disappearances be orchestrated by unseen entities, watching and waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Statistics reveal a clear connection between these vanishings and specific geographical features. Water bodies and mountainous regions stand out as predictable hotspots, setting these cases apart from typical missing person reports. The sheer volume of unexplained disappearances and their unusual characteristics challenge our understanding of safety in national parks. For families and friends left behind, the pain is immeasurable. The lack of closure, the unanswered questions, continuous lies, and the gnawing sense that something horrendous and inexplicable has occurred all contribute to their ongoing anguish. As we examine these cases, a disturbing pattern emerges. The clustering around water, the vulnerability of being alone, the bizarre circumstances of discovered remains all point to something beyond our current understanding. Is there a natural explanation for these events? Are we facing something that defies conventional wisdom? Many disappearances, each with its own set of baffling circumstances, paint a picture of a mystery that goes beyond mere coincidence or foul play. The evidence suggests that something very dark, perhaps even beyond the natural realm, may be at play in our wilderness. What if the answers we're seeking defy the boundaries of the natural sciences? Silent trackers, the puzzling failure of search dogs. In the search for Eric Smith, 8 different bloodhound teams couldn't find his scent. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Typically, tracking dogs are invaluable assets in locating missing persons. Their keen sense of smell and ability to follow scent trails make them highly effective in search operations. These canine detectives have a proven track record of leading teams to crucial clues or even directly to the missing individuals. However, in national park disappearances, a disturbing pattern has emerged. Tracking dogs frequently lose their ability to track, exhibiting behavior that's both unusual and unsettling. The case of Eric Smith is not an isolated incident. One of the most striking examples is the search for Robert Winters. During this operation, tracking dogs displayed behavior that was entirely out of character for trained search animals. They whimpered, walked in circles, and even laid down at the trailhead, refusing to continue. Is there a dreading presence in the wilderness that even our most trusted companions fear? Dog handlers and experts have proposed various explanations for these failures. They point to environmental factors such as weather conditions and challenging terrain that could potentially affect a dog's tracking abilities. The sheer number of cases where dogs have failed in these specific scenarios suggests that something more is at play. Environmental factors alone cannot explain why multiple teams of bloodhounds with different handlers and training backgrounds would all fail in the same area. It also doesn't account for the extreme fear responses observed. The pattern of failure has led some to consider more unconventional explanations. The possibility of supernatural or paranormal factors interfering with the dog's abilities has been suggested. While this may seem far-fetched to some, the consistent and inexplicable nature of these tracking failures suggests that we consider all possibilities. Unfortunately, there's a reluctance to explore these more unconventional explanations. Many in the scientific community and law enforcement agencies tend to dismiss such ideas, preferring to stick to more rational explanations. But how rational is it to continue to ignore what defies the company narrative? The case of Robert Winters, a baffling vanishing act. How could a 78-year-old man vanish from his familiar hunting ground, leaving investigators stumped? On October 8, 1969, Robert Winters, an experienced hunter, set out on what should have been a routine hunting trip near Sparks Lake, Oregon. The area, located about 2 miles northwest of Mount Bachelor, was terrain Winters knew well. Yet despite his familiarity with the rugged landscape, Winters disappeared without a trace. The scenery around Sparks Lake is both breathtaking and intimidating. Towering pines cast long shadows across rocky outcrops, while hidden ravines and dense undergrowth create a labyrinth of natural obstacles. For the uninitiated, it can invoke a primal fear of the unknown lurking just beyond the tree line. When Winters failed to return, a massive search operation was launched. 60 men combed the area on foot, while a helicopter scanned from above. For 5 grueling days, search parties scoured every inch of the surrounding wilderness. Despite their exhaustive efforts, they found no sign of the missing hunter. It was as if Winters had simply ceased to exist. Could the wilderness itself have secrets more dark and ancient than our experts thought? 9 months after Winters' disappearance, the case took on an unexpected turn. A doctor hiking in the area stumbled upon Winters' belongings near Soda Creek. The discovery prompted the sheriff's office to re-examine the site, revealing a scene that defied logical explanation. Deputy Thrasher, one of the investigators, was baffled by what they found. Winters' deer rifle, glasses, and clothing were scattered in a peculiar manner. The clothing was unbuttoned and showed no signs of weather degradation or animal bites or tears, which would typically be expected if wildlife had interfered with them. Thrasher's perplexed question, "Where's the other boot?" highlighted the bizarre nature of the scene. The condition and placement of Winter's belongings challenged conventional theories about what might have happened. There were no human remains, no blood, and not a single bone at the scene. Investigators grappled with contradictory evidence. The rugged terrain would typically pose significant challenges for a 78-year-old man, yet the scattered belongings suggested a scenario that seemed impossible given Winter's age and physical capabilities. The absence of any signs of struggle or animal intervention only deepened the mystery. The case of Robert Winters stands as a stark challenge to typical missing person scenarios. How could an experienced hunter vanish in familiar territory, leaving behind inexplicably scattered belongings, but no other traces? Are we prepared to confront the possibility that some mysteries in our wilderness defy the natural? The silence of authority, federal agencies, and information control. A whistleblower inside a sheriff's office risked his career and safety to reveal a shocking truth about national park disappearance investigations. He disclosed that crucial evidence was being withheld from families of missing persons, hinting at a recurring, uncontrollable danger lurking in these wilderness areas. What are they hiding, and why are we not allowed to know? The whistleblower faced significant risks in coming forward. If his identity were exposed, he could face severe professional consequences, including job loss and potential legal repercussions. But who was doing the withholding? Typically, transparency is a cornerstone of missing persons investigations. Law enforcement agencies regularly share updates with families and the public, fostering trust and potentially uncovering valuable leads. This open communication is crucial for maintaining public confidence and ensuring thorough investigations. However, in the realm of national park disappearances, a troubling pattern has emerged that contradicts the standard traditional practice. What if the truth is so unsettling that those sworn to protect us choose to keep us in the dark? Families of missing individuals in these cases often find themselves denied critical information. Take Jared's case, for instance. His family received an anonymous call from within the sheriff's office, warning them that important details were being concealed. When Jared's clothing was eventually discovered, its peculiar condition, including shoes that appeared brand new despite being found in rugged terrain months later, only deepened the mystery and raised more questions about the circumstances of his disappearance. Researchers attempting to investigate these cases face numerous obstacles. David Paulides, a prominent researcher in this field, has encountered consistent resistance when trying to access case files, even for old cases with no active suspects. His attempts to obtain information through the Freedom of Information Act have been repeatedly thwarted. More unsettling is the possibility that authorities themselves may be grappling with dark preternatural forces beyond their control. The consistent pattern of information suppression across multiple agencies and cases suggests a coordinated effort to conceal a truth too disturbing for public consumption. The strange conditions surrounding some recovered bodies, like that of Fernando Rivera, only deepen the mystery. Rivera was found face up in a shallow reservoir, inexplicably missing his coat, shirt, and boots. Conclusion. As we reflect on the mystery surrounding national park disappearances, a disturbing pattern emerges. Over 1,600 cases defy conventional explanation, clustered around water bodies and occurring when individuals are momentarily alone, even for a second. The failure of tracking dogs, typically reliable in such operations, adds another layer of intrigue. The case of Robert Winters exemplifies the baffling nature of these vanishings, with evidence scattered in ways that challenge logical understanding. Perhaps most troubling is the apparent silence of authorities. families face significant obstacles in obtaining information about their missing loved ones, fostering distrust towards the federal agencies. A whistleblower's revelation of withheld information hints at a deeper, more unsettling truth. This lack of transparency raises critical questions about the safety of our national parks and the reliability of official explanations. These patterns suggest forces beyond our current understanding may be at play. While supernatural or paranormal explanations remain controversial, the consistent anomalies in these cases suggest we consider all possibilities. Are we prepared to face a truth that may redefine our understanding of reality? As we grapple with these mysteries, we must also confront the erosion of trust in our institutions, from federal agencies to local law enforcement. The deception experienced at these levels only intensifies society's growing skepticism towards authority, leaving us to wonder what other truths may remain hidden in the shadows of our nation.